Welcome to the Trail Running Briefing, the podcast for trail runners who want to understand their training and run better. Each week, one clear idea to help you train smarter, stay durable, and perform when it matters. Episode number 7: Fuel Utilization. Why pace changes what you burn, and why it matters for ultras. Have you ever thought, I'm eating enough, so why am I still blowing up? Or maybe you've heard the myth, if I train my body to burn more fat, I won't need carbs. Here's the reality. In trail and ultra running, fuel utilization is not just about what you eat, it's about what your pace demands. The faster and harder you run, the more your body shifts toward carbohydrate. And if your fueling plan doesn't match that demand, the legs fade, the brain gets foggy, and the race gets very long. Let's simplify fuel utilization into one idea. Your body uses a fuel mix, not one fuel. You are always burning some fat and some carbohydrate. The question is, which one dominates at the pace you are running? The mental model. Think of it like a car with two fuel tanks. Fat tank, very large, great for easier efforts, slower energy release. Carb tank, glycogen plus blood glucose, much smaller but faster energy release, essential when intensity goes up. When you are running easy, especially on climbs, you keep under control, you can use a larger proportion of fat. When intensity rises, steep climbs, surges, racing too hard, trying to bank time, your body relies more on carbohydrate because it can't produce energy faster. That's exactly what endurance and nutrition research has shown for years. Carbohydrate becomes increasingly important as exercise intensity and duration increase, and feeding carbohydrate during longer exercise improves performance. So the key point is this: fuel utilization is driven by intensity, not by wishful thinking, not by supplements, not by one social media post. Yes, training can improve your ability to oxidize fat, and yes, some diets can increase fat oxidation. But higher fat oxidation does not automatically mean better performance, especially when race intensity is high or variable. We have now evidence that the ketogenic diet can increase fat oxidation, yet often show neutral or negative effects on athletic performance compared with higher carb approaches. For ultra runners, this matters because races are rarely steady. You hike, climb, surge, descend hard, run technical terrain, and deal with heat, stress, and fatigue. That means your carbohydrate demand can spike even in a long race. So when we talk about fuel utilization, the real question is, at this pace, on this terrain, what fuel demand am I creating? You've probably seen this pattern. Easy long run equals feels smooth, appetite manageable, fewer problems. Same duration but with hard climbs, race pace equals suddenly you feel empty, shaky, or mentally flat. That's fuel utilization in action. You didn't just get tired, you likely increase carbohydrate demand and the fuel for that intensity. So runners usually get it wrong on the following points. They fuel by time only, not by intensity. They think, I always take 40 grams per hour, so I'm fine. But 40 grams per hour might be okay for an easy aerobic run and not nearly enough for a race simulation session with long climbs. They try to burn fat by under-fueling key sessions. This often reduces quality, increases stress, and teaches you to run slow when the goal was to train race output. They confuse adaptation with race strategy. You can use some lower carb or low glycogen sessions strategically in a periodized plan, but race day is different. The goal is performance, not creating a training stimulus. A periodized carbohydrate approach is supported in contemporary endurance nutrition guidance. So, what to do instead? Match fueling to session purpose. For example, easy, short aerobic runs. Lower fueling may be fine depending on duration. For long runs, quality sessions, race simulations, prioritize carbohydrate availability before and during. Practice race fueling in training. Carbohydrate intake during exercise lasting over 60 minutes is widely supported, and practical guidance commonly ranges roughly 30 to 90 grams per hour depending on duration, intensity, and gut tolerance, which you need to train as well. Higher intakes generally work best with mixed carbohydrate sources, for example, glucose and fructose, because they use different intestinal transporters and can improve exogenous carbohydrate oxidation. Control pace to protect your fuel usage. One of the best fueling strategies is pacing. If you surge too often early, you push carbohydrate use up and make your fueling job harder. That's why good ultra runners don't just eat more. They pace in a way that fueling can support. One takeaway. Here's the sentence to remember mid-run. The harder I run, the more carbs I burn. So pace and fueling must work together. And a simple rule of thumb. Easy pace equals more fat contribution. Race intensity, climbs, surges equals more carb demand. If performance matters, fuel the work you are asking your body to do. Fuel utilization is not about choosing fat or carbs. It's about understanding the mix and managing it smarter than the runner next to you. That's today's trail running briefing. Understand your training, apply it on the trail, and run better.